Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join Susanna LaRuccia and Eddie Selig in the union of marriage. Today, Susanna and Eddie are declaring their love and commitment in the presence of their families and friends. There is a reason why this wedding is happening here next to Hempstead Harbor. Both Susanna and Eddie feel a strong connection to the water and to Hempstead Harbor in particular. Ever since Susanna was a child, she had an interest in marine biology and loves to kayak. Eddie drove a launch boat and he windsurfs. It pleases them to think that before they started dating, they could have been passing each other on the water, not knowing that one day they would be here, next to their beloved Hempstead Harbor, celebrating their special day. I also want to mention that the wedding hall where we are is where Susanna's parents celebrated their wedding, Diane and John. And that sense of continuity is important to Eddie and Susanna as they honor their families and set off to add their own traditions to their families' legacies. It means so much to Susanna and Eddie to have all of you here with them today. Some of you have traveled from Ohio and Florida. Susanna and Eddie are excited to be bringing together all the branches of their families and friends from all the chapters of their lives. They would like to acknowledge the people they've lost who are dear to them. They feel their light and consider them to be a part of this day. Susanna and Eddie have been together for almost 6 years. They know each other well and bring out the best in each other. They are caring, loyal, intelligent, and fun. These same qualities that they bring to their relationship, they embody in all of the areas of their lives. They feel that as a team, they can do even more together to make the world a better place. Anyone who spends time with Susanna and Eddie can feel the warmth of their connection. It's in the way they look at each other, talk to each other, and talk about one another. Adults, Susanna was in law school and Eddie was traveling the world working on ships. They had known each other as children growing up in the community, and they kept running into each other when Eddie was on shore leave. One Tuesday night, after studying for 2 days straight, Susanna needed a break. She went for a walk and then had an impulse to stop in at a local pub, which is where she saw Eddie. They were happy to see each other. Susanna remembers feeling excited when, at the end of the night, Eddie said, "I just wanted to say I really have a crush on you and I want to get to know you better. I love listening to you talk about the law." Eddie remembers them talking for hours and how much he enjoyed the conversation. Their early courtship was tested by distance, with Eddie frequently at sea and Susanna attending to the heavy.
So I shared a few poems with my sister that I thought embodied a lot of the love that Eddie and Sue share and a lot of the love that reminds me of them. She couldn't pick just one, so I have a few selections for you. I carry your heart with me, I carry it in, by E. Cummings. I carry your heart with me, I carry it in my heart. I am never without it anywhere, I go, you go, my dear. And whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for beautiful you are my world, my true. And it's you are whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always sing is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root and the bud of the bud and the sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than soul can hope or mind can hide. And this is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart. Love is a Place by E. Cummings. Love is a place, and through this place of love, move with brightness of peace all places. Yes is a world, and in this world of yes live skillfully curled all worlds. It is Here by Harold Pinter. What was that sound? I turn away into the shaking room. What was that sound that came in on the dark? What is this maze of light it leaves us in? What is this stance we take to turn away and then turn back? What did we hear? It was the breath we took when we first met. Listen, it is here. And finally, I Love You by Carl Sandburg. I love you for what you are, but I love you yet more for what you are going to be. I love you not so much for your realities as for your ideals. I pray for your desires that they may be great, rather than for your satisfactions, which may be so hazardously little. A satisfied flower is one whose petals are about to fall. The most beautiful rose is one hardly more than a bud, wherein the pangs and ecstasies of desire are working for a larger and finer growth. Not always shall you be what you are now. You are going forward towards something great. I am on the way with you, and therefore, I love you.
So despite this being a nautically themed wedding, Eddie and Susanna have decided to bring in an element of fire by lighting a unity candle.
Eddie, my person. There are so many reasons why I love you. I love you because you are loyal and kind and handsome and true. And examining the bottom of diner plates brings you joy. I love you because you believe in making this world a better place together and in family and friendship. Your eyes light up when I mention coffee, and you love walks on the beach as much as I do. You talk to seagulls. You say good morning and good afternoon with enthusiasm. I love the man that you are and the man that you will be. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, but also the season of light and spring of hope. Most people don't have the opportunity to get a test run of in sickness and in health. I am lucky to know that you will hold me up when I cannot walk, and encourage me when I struggle, and celebrate my successes when I succeed. We both have so much that we still want to achieve, and I'm confident that we're better together. Let's spend our life laughing over the silly little things and even the big things. I promise to continue loving you and to put us first. I promise to support you in your professional and creative pursuits. I promise to make a home with you and hopefully a family, and to grow old with you. Eddie, today and every day, my heart is full of joy that you have chosen me and that we get to spend our lifetime together.
Susanna, I remember when I first spotted you out one night for the first time in years. And I had to catch up with you a little bit and say hello at the very least. And we wound up talking for hours. And later on, I bumped into you again. The same thing happened. Then again, then again. And I realized at that moment I had to tell you how special you were to me. Because before, I assumed that you were way out of my league and the two of us were just way too different to be compatible at all. But I was wrong, of course. And now all these years later, I still love spending time with you. I love talking to you. I love joking with you. I love laughing with you. I love that you can always make fun of me and amuse yourself. I love that you can come up with stupid, cutesy spirit animal nicknames for me. I'll never get tired of making you laugh. I can't imagine where I'd be now without you. So I promise I'll always take care of you. I'll always try and cheer you up. I promise to do my best to build our optimally happy household for the foreseeable future. And I promise I'll be the best husband I can for you.
For richer or poorer, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you, Eddie, take Susanna to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold, in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad, for richer or for poorer, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Congratulations. Alan, the best man, has rings. You may now exchange rings. Yes, that's right. By the authority vested in me by American Marriage Ministries and the state of New York, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss for the first time as a married couple. Congratulations. Now it is time to celebrate. Please join the newlyweds for the cocktail hour on the lower level.
I'll keep him. I think he's a keeper. We have just a special song for Eddie and Sue. Unfortunately, our Eva and Nana are no longer with us, but we thought that we could bring their spirits here with this song.
going to Tyre and Ansel. Let's hear it for Natalie and Louise. Two very special people to the hearts and minds of our bride and groom. Our maid of honor and best man, Ekunya and Ali. Ladies and gentlemen, grab those napkins off your table. Raise those napkins in the air. I want to see you toss them round and round. Because for the first time, we're going to introduce, as husband and wife, let's hear it for Susanna and Eddie. At this time, we're going to ask Eddie. Now, normally I would say, let's ask Eddie to escort Susanna out to the dance floor. We're going to ask him to roll her out to the dance floor. And let's give them a big round of applause to make their way. As their first dance is husband and wife. Love is here to stay.
So happy that all of you are here with us to celebrate this beautiful day. We got great weather. I have a good foot on one side. When we selected those fun flamingo wedding invitations, I had no idea that I'd be standing on one leg so much. But my right side is a really good side, so we're really happy. We'll hope you all dance with us. And I actually wanted to thank my parents first, because not only did they put this beautiful day together, they've been so supportive during the last few weeks. And I want to thank Eddie's parents and Eddie's family. I'm super excited that we're finally making it legal. So my family just like quadrupled. And all of you that came from so far away and so near, it means so much that you're here. Now, one quick thing. Just a few days ago, just a few weeks ago, my sister Antonia got engaged. And you all enjoyed the musical musings of Andy, my future brother-in-law. So I'm not taking any chances with a bouquet toss. I'm going to ask Antonia to go right out in front of me. And there are pockets, or there you go. Okay, and everybody's going to say 1, 2, 3.
Welcome.
I'm overjoyed to be here this evening to celebrate Susanna and Eddie. Susanna is more than just my older sister. She was my first friend, and she's someone I have admired my whole life. As many of you know, Susanna is an incredibly creative person. When we were kids, she always came up with the best games. For example, instead we called the game Boss and Worker. And she was the boss, and I was the worker. Of course, now Eddie is the worker. Around the same time, we started a secret. No, I wasn't vice president of the secret club. That would be too close to president. Instead, I had a much more essential role. I was the scribe. I should perhaps mention this was before I could really read or write. But I loved being in the club, and I took tons of important notes. We also spent plenty of time playing pretend in the yard. One of our favorite outside pretend games was Sorceress and Apprentice. And I was the sorceress. Just kidding. Obviously, I was her apprentice. I tease, but the truth is that Susanna was always playing with me me, looking out for me, and teaching me new things. I admired her and thought she was the coolest kid. On the playground, when other kids would brag about their older siblings, I would join in wholeheartedly. "Oh yeah," I'd say, "you think that's cool. Well, my sister has glasses, and she started a worm club. She even has pet lizards." You laugh, but you forget who was also on that playground. Yup, a young Eddie Seelig. I like to think that Eddie overheard my schoolyard bragging and thought to himself, "Whoa, that girl with the glasses and lizards sounds really cool. I've always wanted to marry the president of a worm club." Admit it, Eddie. The only reason you agreed to be the doctor in our 4th grade play was to befriend me.
Come on, the Ruscia family, let's go. Oh, sing it out. Cantare. Oh,
nel blu, dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù. E volavo, volavo felice più in alto del sole, ancora più su, mentre il mondo pian piano spariva lontano laggiù. Una musica dolce suonava soltanto per me. Volare, oh,
Come on.
cantare, oh, nel blu, dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù. Ma tutti i sogni nell'alba svaniscono perché quando tramonta la luna mi porta pensione.
Everybody else, you join in, let's go. You want to join in, let's go. Come on.
Che sono blu come un cielo, trapunto di stelle.
Here we go, you ready to sing it out?
Volare, oh, cantare, oh, nel blu, dipinto di blu, felice di stare qua. E continuo a volare felice più in alto del sole ed ancora più su, mentre il mondo pian piano scompare negli occhi tuoi blu. La tua voce è una musica dolce che suona per me. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, negli occhi tuoi blu.
Come on, big rapper, Susanna, Eddie, and the Ruscia family. Ladies and gentlemen, this time your dessert coffee is served.